Hi friends, welcome to my channel Renu's Chat and Talk. If you are new, please do subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share my video with your friends and family. Actually, I started adjectives like that two types of adjectives of quality and adjectives of quantity or determiners. We completed first one, adjectives of quality and determiners. I started and we did numerals in that determiners. We did numerals, quantifiers, and then possessives, demonstratives, interrogatives, and distributives. Isn't it? Six we completed. And what's the seventh one? Next one, next determiner. It is nothing but articles. So today I'm going to teach you articles. Okay? This articles, it is quite familiar word, and children usually get a doubt where to place these articles because we have only 8 parts of speech, and this where to means if it is given in the identification of parts of speech, what to write for article. Usually students, they get confusion regarding this where to use it, but here it is, article is nothing but we have to say it as an adjective, means in identification of parts of speech if it is given you have to say it's an adjective only, but it is an adjective. It is a determiner. Because why do we call them as determiners? Because they are usually and always they are placed in front of noun, isn't it? Always they are placed in front of noun. Hence, they are determiners. And so, if it is given in identification of parts of speech, you have to identify it. You have to write because there you need not mention what type of it is. Like if it is a noun is given, you need not mention whether it is a collective noun or common noun. Just you identify it as a noun, isn't it? Similarly, when articles are given, you have to, because articles there is not, it's not separate parts of speech, it's one among them, so you have to identify it as an adjective. Okay, so don't get confusion with this articles. It is nothing, it is not a ninth parts of speech, it is one among the parts of speech. It is, you have to identify it as an adjective. So what are the articles? A, and the. Okay, three are articles. Then in this actually, a and they are called as indefinite articles. Okay, they are called as indefinite articles, and the is definite article. What do you mean by indefinite article? By name itself, there it points out the nouns indefinitely. It points out the noun in general. It is not specific or not particular. It talks about the nouns in general. That's why it does not point out the nouns indefinite. Yeah, definitely. Okay. It points out the nouns indefinitely. It doesn't point out them definitely. That's why we call them by name itself indefinite articles. They talk about generally, non-specific or non-particular. Okay. Whereas this, like a cat, a cat means it talks about any cat. Okay, an apple, if it is an apple, an orange. So it's not the, it's very general word. Okay, not at all specific, that you have to remember. But and then what is the definite article? The is a definite article and it points out the nouns definitely, very particular, very specific. The boy means only you are talking about that particular boy, the boy. Okay, or you say anything, the table means you are talking about that particular thing. Whenever you say like that, you are talking about that particular person or thing. So it is very much particular, very specific. And by name itself, it is a definite article because it points out the nouns definitely. Whether it is a or an or it is the, their role is pointing out nouns, because adjectives always they describe the nouns, they modify the nouns, they determine the nouns, isn't it? Here the role of article is also the same. They point out the noun, which these a and an, they point out indefinitely, whereas the points out definitely. Hence we call them as indefinite articles and definite article. Up to now it's clear. Now first we do usage of indefinite article. When do we use a and an? First, let us make it clear. When do we use this indefinite articles a and an? Okay. First and foremost thing is before singular countable nouns. Single, always a and an, they talk about only one singular one. Okay. But in countable nouns, you can use before a singular countable noun, you can use a or an. A cat, a girl, an apple, an elephant. Okay, so before first one, what is that? Before singular and countable nouns, we use a and an. And what's the second one? A before a word with consonant sound. It's very important. Here you have to identify with based on sound, not letters. Okay, so a book, a fan, a dog, a table. So consonant sounds. Based on that, you use a. But now let us see next. Even though the letter is different, but the sound is consonant sound, you have to go with a. Now let us see some more examples.